Welcome back to another episode of Enkindled Voices. My name is Maria,
And my name is Carmen.
and we are your host for the day. Welcome back to another lovely episode. We figured, based on our statistics, that we would do it's time for another color
Yes.
and chat.
Yes.
We are way overdue. We really enjoyed the last episode where we did this. I think we just kind of let our brains go loose, and it felt as if we were just chatting outside of the like without even recording or anything.
Yeah.
So we brought our other handy dandy coloring things, and we thought we'd shoot another thing away because when was the last time that we did this? It was during Lent time. So
Correct.
it feels like Lent has been since forever ago.
Yeah, I mean, we're in June, so
We are back to ordinary time, back to
Lent. I think we probably filmed like around,
mid Lent. Yeah.
yeah, like what, February, March, around
Mm-hmm.
there. So it's
Around the
been
time.
some months.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, join us today in coloring with us. Again, like how we mentioned in our previous video, we found all these cute little prints from the
Yes, the little rose shop.
littleroseshop.com, and these are freebies. So it's really cool how they have these prints available for everyone and anyone. So it's cool, like for you guys to color, or
If you
even
have kids or if you
yeah.
just want to color to de-stress yourself a
Yeah.
little bit, like definitely give it a try.
And also check out their page because they have a bunch of cute items for
Yes.
sale
For
on there
sale. Oh,
too.
yes, they do.
They always have random what is it called? Sales, like
Sales going
discounts
on.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely go and support a Catholic local shop and
Yeah.
give them a try. So, yes, without further ado, we will color away. Today, I have chosen our St. Rita um, coloring thing. St. Rita, I think I've shared a couple of times, is my patron saint. I kind of chose her randomly because I was looking at like a saint when, yeah, I think I might have been taking psychology already when I was going to get confirmed. Yeah, because I was a sophomore. You were a senior.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I was a junior.
Because someone was saying I was a junior but I'm pretty sure I did my confirmation as a senior.
No,
No?
I don't
Was it
think
two
so.
years? No, was it
It
1 year?
was 1 year. Oh, this is a pretty red. It looks like a matte and stuff. And we'll try our best to include like little videos too. This is the color swaps, yes.
Yeah, so we'll probably put them here in case you want to see what
Oh
colors
yes,
are
what
what.
colors? Well, I also don't really look too much at him. I just kind of go with it because it's like I don't want to think about it too much, or like I feel like if I start looking, then there will be too many silent moments
Yeah.
within it. So, but this color, okay. So I must let's backtrack a little bit since we last did our little color and chat, Carmen. We have so much has gone on. And I
Yeah.
mean, even looking now, like we're filming on a table. Last time we had our little stools and we were freezing
Yeah.
and we were making it work. I guess if anything, like I know I continue to say that I'm so proud of where we've gone, but it's like we'll at least have those episodes to reflect back,
Yeah.
and I think that's why it always like inspires me, like when following like YouTubers like vlogs and stuff, because they have that and I love to capture memories, but I don't really get to do anything with it. And it's cool because it's like back then, even back then, like a lot of people would film or they would take pictures and actually develop it of their kids. Like, I don't think I've ever made a photo album.
No?
No.
When I was young, my mom, she had all types of cameras and the ones that you go
Uh-huh.
and develop and all of that, and also like my grandpa, my grandma, and all my like mom side of the family, they would always capture these events and things.
Uh-huh.
And when I was getting older. Every week when we would go to Costco, my mom would develop at least 100 pictures. So we
Dang.
would have lots of photos, and I did help my mom make some albums. And then when we were babies, when me and my brother were babies, she also took a good amount of photos of us, which I'm very grateful for
Mm-hmm.
because now we get to see them.
Yeah.
And when I got older, there were certain projects I had to do for school, and they would say like, "Oh, bring your baby pictures in and stuff." So I would go in there and mess with my mom's albums
Albums
and
and take him out.
take them out. One time, I wanted to make my own album, so I took out almost all my pictures from my mom's different albums. Like
Uh-huh.
she had them nice because before, like you wouldn't just stick them in, you would have to peel off the thing and
Yeah.
put each photo onto like a sticky thing.
Yeah.
So there was me, elementary school, I'm guessing, or yeah, I was little. I would open it, take out my picture. Sometimes some would rip a little bit, like the photos. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I was
You're like,
such a
shoot.
menace. And then I wanted to put it all in one album because I wanted it to be of me.
Yeah.
And then one day, I think I was sick when I was doing that, and I threw up over.
Oh
I
no.
threw up on a lot of the pictures that I had taken out from my mom's albums, and I got in trouble. So I think I was able to recover most of it because I cleaned them. Because mom was like, "Bro, what'd you do?"
What you do?
But thankfully, they're all still saved. I put them back to my mom's albums. On my poor thing, she worked so
It's
hard,
so hard for
to
them.
fix them, and I'm over here destroying them. But yeah, I think I love pictures. Like even when I
Yes.
got married, I really wanted like a good photographer. I'm like, this is going. It's a really really special day, and I want pictures taken. Like I don't care how much it costs. I'm paying for it.
Yes.
And also like home videos. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
those are all
it's
exciting.
cool to have these videos here, um, showing our, in a way, like a
Our
little bit
growth.
into our growth, into our lives, how it's been, how it started, how it's going, and you know,
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's like I don't know. I do enjoy that. It's like seeing that, and maybe one day like we'll just see how far we go with this, and it's like, whoa, dude, we used to look so young.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
we're 50. Imagine
Oh
season
my,
35.
yeah. Because even looking back, like when me and Lupita became roommates,
Mhm.
I sometimes see some photos in our in like the
The memory,
memories
the
that
Facebook
Facebook
memories.
brings out, and I'm like, oh my
Dude, we were
goodness,
babies.
we were babies, and at the time you don't feel, or it hasn't felt like all this time has gone by, but it has.
But it has. It's like even just thinking of like, because it's graduation season,
Yeah,
just like even thinking of like how it's been what, 6 years, 7 years since we've graduated from college.
yeah, 2019.
That's crazy. It's just like, where does the time go?
And it honestly feels like it could have been like last year,
Dude,
like
yes.
it feels like that. Like I still feel like I was living, we were in school,
We
living
survived a
together.
pandemic.
Yeah.
We survived so many things. Yeah, it's just time flies. Okay, so do you ever have this dilemma? Because this is a dilemma that I have. Obviously, right now we're young and it's like you want to hang out with your friends a lot because it's like you're also
Mhm.
all at the prime time of like to be hanging out and you
Mhm.
see so many like summer postings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the dilemma that I sometimes have, it's like because I can get carried away with our friends and like we do so many things that I sometimes it's not I forget to spend that same amount of time with my family or because we're all so busy like all of my family members are busy that it's hard to actually take like schedule things out because we just go oh well we're busy and we don't do it but I fight with that. I have that internal fight of like yes hang out with your friends but then also make that time with your family.
Yeah, it's hard. I have been coming across some Instagram pages. There
Mm-hmm.
was one girl, she said, and it's pretty sad, but she was posting about it, which made me think of this
Mm-hmm.
as well. Like this week, I was thinking about it a lot more. I've also like even with like my grandparents and stuff. But anyways, this
Mm-hmm.
post was about the girl said, "Come with me to build my nursery for my future baby, and I'm not even pregnant."
Oh.
And I was like, what is this? So I just kept
Is she
watching it.
adopting?
No, so turns out that her mom has cancer, and it's like she had gotten married. Maybe I'm not really sure, but they were they want to have a baby, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
So then they started going to the doctors and started seeing how, I don't know if the girl's going through something too, and all
Yeah.
of that, but trying to see if it's possible for them to conceive
Mm-hmm.
sooner and all of this stuff, right? And then they found out the mom, like I think she started getting sick, getting cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But then recently it's been going even quicker,
It progressed with the
yeah.
mom.
And so then the girl was filming, and she's cleaning out this room where eventually she does, when and if
A
she
kid.
has a baby,
Uh-huh.
that'll be the nursery. So she's over here fixing everything, painting. And then she's like, yeah, my mom is here with me, she's reading to me. And she pans to her mom, and her mom is like on the ground laying there, like being comfortable and like reading, because she doesn't have the
The energy.
fuerzas
Oh.
and energy to do anything. And I was like, what is this? And so then, like, because I watched a couple of those videos,
Mm-hmm.
yesterday another one popped up, and the girl said, spend the day with me cooking one of my mom's recipes, because her cancer is progressing and I'm not gonna be with her any like soon, like for too long. And I'm like,
Oh
oh
my
my.
god.
And the girl, she started breaking down and
Yeah.
started crying, and then the mom started crying, because it was just supposed to be like a cooking
Like a cooking video.
video, because she says like, I want to um get these moments with my mom before she
Yeah.
passes. And you know what's even sadder? I guess her sister also passed away
From
when they
cancer?
were younger. No, I think she had like an accident
Oh
hiking or something.
no.
And that girl, the one that's filming, she was 15 at the time when her sister
Oh
passed away.
no.
So like maybe the sister passed away when she was also like
Younger.
younger. So
You know,
she
tiene más siblings?
yeah, she has,
Oh,
I think
good.
they had a good amount of siblings, but she said like her sister's passing was so hard on her, because
Mm-hmm.
she didn't have that time to like
To
say bye,
yeah.
or to like really process that
That
her sister
the
was gonna
death. Yeah.
the death, because it just happened. I
It
think
was
the sister
sudden.
was hiking and something happened,
Oh.
and then she passed away, like she died.
Dang.
But like with her mom, she says, at least I have this time with her right now. Like it sucks, like she does have cancer,
Yeah.
but I'm able to spend this time with her. And then they went to go see, they're also selling the house where they grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And so
All those
her
memories.
and her siblings and mom and dad, they went to go look at the house for one last
Uh-huh.
time, and she recorded that. And it's like, and the mom is not even that old, like she
She
got
just
cancer,
happened
and
to.
it's going
It's progressing too
it's
fast.
uh-huh. So she's
Dang.
just like, I just want my mom to be here. Like she's like, if we were to get pregnant soon, like hopefully my mom could see me being pregnant or having my morning sickness
Like
or
this.
anything, like all these things before she leaves. And I'm like,
Dang.
and so like obviously that's like a hard, like it's happening situation, but
Mm-hmm.
like even with getting older, you see your parents also getting older,
Yes.
and you're like, I think when you're like a teenager, you're like, I want to not be here, but then or you want to go spend time other
With
places
yeah.
and other people, but it's like, you know,
It's just like tomorrow is never
yeah,
guaranteed.
and your
Yeah.
parents won't last forever.
Forever, exactly. And it's like obviously cancer sucks, but it's like I love the take that she's having with it,
Yeah,
like using these moments to cherish that,
yeah,
um so that there's no regrets
yeah,
for if
exactly.
she were to go and stuff like that. I know that when I was getting married, there was a possibility, like I remember, I don't know if I've shared this already, but where my dad got really sick, and we think that it was COVID because that was like November before 2020, before it all happened, and they couldn't diagnose him. They were running so many tests, and they're like, dude, we don't know what's wrong with you, you're losing so much weight and stuff like that. um and then they did like a scan, and then they were like, then they told him like, oh, we think you might have cancer. And like I was at the time, that's where it's like after I graduated, like for all of those who are recently graduating and you're finding yourself in not without a job, like it's taking you longer to find that career or things like that, it's just like know that everything happens for a reason and
Mhm.
that there's a plan for it. And obviously it's hard because like money is necessary, but just also trust that there's a reason, and as long as you're doing your part to continue to find that job and stuff like that, just and trust it all to the Lord. Because after I graduated, there was I didn't work. I graduated in May, and then in the summer I did like a summer program, like a theology course thing. And then after that for like for sure 6 months, and then no, it was almost a year I didn't work. And I
Mhm.
wanted to work, but I was also in the situation where we were going to get married and we were going to move cities. So then it was going to be like hard. Like, do I want to find a job and be invested, get invested here? But I know we were already going to move like to a whole different city, and then commuting to
Yeah.
Sacramento was going to be really hard. So I was in a tough situation. But during those months, those first few months, I my parents got really sick. At first, it was my mom, and I
Mhm.
remember because we were filming an episode two of the podcast, and then I got a text message from my dad that was like, um, "Bring your mom, like can you help me take your mom to the hospital?" And my mom, she is a warrior. Like, I know that if she's like, she's not one to just say, like, oh, this hurts. Like, she's not one to go to the hospital unless she's like bad, you know, she could be in pain and stuff, but she'll just stick it through. So at the time, for her to be like, yeah, take me to the hospital, then I knew something was up. So it all just happened so like fast. Like she went to the hospital, and again, they don't even know why what was happening. Like she had a super bad headache, like it was
Mhm.
horrible. Um and then I legit remember taking her, and then we did the whole ER thing. I was like, what is happening? Like, you know, it was sad seeing my mom that way. And then I took her a week later back or whatever for a doctor's appointment. And then that's when my dad started getting sick. And so then I remember we went straight for my mom's appointment. And then from there, we just ended up walking over because we were at Kaiser to the ER because then my dad was also really sick. So it was a really hard time. And then of course then they're like, we think he has cancer. And then I was like, yo, what the heck? So then in those moments I was like, dude, let's just elope, let me not even like
Yeah.
go through the whole wedding. And I remember I even invited my dad for like my dress trial in November. It was around
Oh
November,
yeah.
because I was like, I want him to be here. Like, and then I
I
just like, I
remember
couldn't
that.
like, cause I was seeing him be so bad. I was like, I can't envision like my dad not being like at my like wedding and stuff. And my dad, like our family, I think my parents go through so many health things. There's been so many scenarios where they've like defeated things, but it's like, they handle it with so much grace, and if anything, that's always just brought us like closer to our faith, like the amounts of
Mhm.
miracles that like God has just granted us. And through all of that, there's purification that happens, so we're like, see it positively. It's hard at the moment, but yeah, needless to say, it's like I can't envision like what that girl is going through. And it's like it just reminds us that sometimes we can take our parents for granted.
Mhm.
And if we go back to like, there's so many Bible scriptures where it tells us to be respectful
Yeah.
of our parents. um the commandment, what is it, the third commandment, or no, amarás a Dios sobre todas las cosas, no tomarás fourth, let me see, 10 commandments. There, just, I know my commandments, but it's like, which one is the one with the parents in order? Okay, so here are our 10 commandments. Um, you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make idols, fake idols. By fake idols, it could be like the evil eye. It could be you could make your boyfriend sometimes an idol.
Yeah.
Like it could be you just start praising this one specific person. It
Mm-hmm.
could be like the crystals. Like it's so easy to make an idol out of anything.
Even like
Uh,
money.
yes, even money, it becomes your idol like anything. Um, the third commandment, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. I swear by like lo juras por Dios, sí, lo juro por Dios, like Jesus, like that's like you're taking his name in vain because you're just like reducing it. Then number fourth, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. That's on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just remember to keep it holy. Like, obviously, sometimes people have to work out of necessity and they don't have that privilege to take the day off. But a lot of the times, it's like Carmen was saying, like idolizing the money, and you're just chasing after it that you forget to
Yeah.
even take that day off because you just like, ¿para qué? Like, ¿de qué te sirve juntar tanto dinero, like to save all of that money if you're not going to be able to spend it with your kids?
Yeah.
Like, I remember I used to tell that to my dad because my dad would sometimes work on Sundays and stuff, and like it's when we had just, yeah, I told them, I was like, Dad, why are you working? Like, why are we even here if you're like not gonna be spending that time with us? Like,
Yeah.
I don't care for your money. I want us to
I'm
do
here
things
for you.
together. Dude, I was like 7. Um,
Yeah, I was a savage little girl too.
and I was like, and I told them, and that hit him because it's true. And then again, like he would continue to work, and in that sense it's like, yes, we were blessed to have that job and stuff like that. And he came from a lot of like he's he came from a lot of like poverty, so I totally understand that mentality. But there was another time where it's like we wouldn't really travel as a family, so I told them, I was like, again, I was like, Dad, you have to enjoy us. Like,
Yeah.
I think at that point I was in my teens. I was like, I get that you don't want to travel, but I was like, Dad, when else are you going to be able to travel with us, just us? I was like, at some point we're all gonna get married, have our family, our lives, and these moments are gonna be so much like harder to get. And it's true, because then you just like you go out, and it's normal, it's the cycle of the life. You continue to build your own family. So I think within that, it's like when we did start doing more little family trips.
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, it's like it's just kind of sitting back and thinking like, what are you, what are you prioritizing, or a qué le estás dando la importancia? Like, what are you giving the importance to? Okay, so then that's fourth. I guess fifth, honor your father and your mother. It's like, I get it. Sometimes for parents, I think when I was younger, I would fight with my mom a lot because I, not in the sense like I wasn't disrespectful. It's just like sometimes like I would question things or like talk bad, and I have a very strong character, and as does she. So we get along very well. Like we do. Like once I grew out of it, then I'm like, okay, I could see why my mom was like this. Like in college, we got really close together. And but it's hard, but you always want to be respectful towards your parents. You might not, because each situation is different. You might not have that relationship with them, but at the end of the day, you still have to be respectful. You could be cordial to them, you know?
Yeah.
The sixth commandment, you shall not murder. And I think with this one, it's like people think like, think that it's like murder by like actual like killing, cold blood and stuff like that. But it's like there's words hurt a lot,
Yeah.
actions hurt. So always be mindful of what you are saying to others or behind their backs or things like that, which you should not be saying behind their back. But it's like, don't think that that murder is just like that, like by actually committing a crime. It's just like words wound the flesh.
Yes.
um Number 7, you shall not commit adultery. Number 8, you shall not steal.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. And 10, you shall not covet. So this episode wasn't really going to be about the 10 commandments, but because I was trying to bring up the point that it is in our commandments to like
To honor your parents,
to
to
honor our parents.
respect them,
Yep.
and that comes with it. Like, if you think about it, like even like Jesus, he has a baby, and he was with his parents, and like even and he was there, and the utmost respect to his mom and dad, and like always being there for them. And it's like, to really be truly like
Respectful.
respectful, and trying our best with our faith also comes like, trying our best with our parents, like, because imagine also the day that you have children, and you care so much for this child, but then when they get older,
They just ditch you.
they ditch you, they dismiss you, they like, sometimes, okay, you could butt heads with your parent, and I think that's sometimes what happens, like when, especially when you're younger. But there comes a point, it's like realizing, I think even with getting older, it's like, you know there we take them for the it comes a time you could take them for granted, and they're not going to be here forever. And what's the point of then just visiting them but they're not here?
Yeah.
Like, obviously
It's better to visit them while they're here than to visit them in the grave.
yeah, because it's sad. I mean, I've had grandparents pass away, and aunts, family members pass away, and it's like, of course I wish they were still here. Like, it's tough. I could only imagine, like, their moms or their spouses, how they felt like when the person passed away. And it's like, on a lot of families, things like that happen. And it's like, once you have, especially your parents, spend time with them, invite them to things, even because, sometimes our parents are living life for the first time
For the
too.
first time, yeah, exactly.
I think in our case, like, our parents, they came from Mexico, and they, what did they do when they get here? Work, 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 been working. And it's like, now it comes to the point where we can treat them with things, or being like, hey, let's go here. Or like, for my birthday, for a part of it, I told my parents, do you guys want to go to San Francisco with me? And they're like, yeah, let's go. Because my mom had been wanting to go to San Francisco, because every time me and my husband go to a game or something in San Francisco, she's like, I want to go. And we live like not that far from San Francisco. And it's like, okay, let's go. My mom, she does work a lot still. And sometimes her work days fall during the weekend. So when she has that opportunity not to work over the weekends, we sometimes, like, if it's something we could do and go somewhere, we're like, let's go, let's do it. But yeah, enjoy your time with your parents. And
yeah, I think that's one of my resolutions, to do like at least like a family trip once a year. And it doesn't even need to be like grand or anything, but it's just like something with them, like new. Because obviously, like, we like have been very blessed, like my husband and I, to be able to like travel and stuff. And it's not like, whoa, we're out there in Europe or anything, but it's just like little weekend getaways. Like, we live in California, it's beautiful out here, and so that's my goal, to at least do like one family like activity, even with my sisters and stuff like that. Because it's like family time, it's important. And I think we often get carried away with the friendships, and it's good to take care of friends, but you also want to take care and nourish those relationships with your siblings. But how cool would it be, Carmen, if we got to do like a trip with our parents, and us, like, we just have to get one fat Airbnb, and we'd take them.
Because my dad loves to yap. He could yap anywhere. Like, he loves to talk.
He is a talker, which is funny because he looks like such a quiet guy. But if you get him talking, then he could talk.
He loves to yap. And so does my mom too. She sometimes seems like she doesn't talk, but then, but it's funny. Yeah, and I think something I've seen with my husband's family, one of his family sides, they would always, especially before he used to live in LA, in SoCal. And when he was younger, when we were just dating, he still lived over there. But during that time, he would always text me on Sundays, They would go to mass, like him and his parents and stuff. And then afterwards, almost every Sunday, or a good like 2 Sundays of the month or three,
Mm-hmm.
but they were like planned out and scheduled and stuff. They would make the time to go to his grandma's house, and all his aunts and uncles would
Would
meet
get
there.
together.
Would get together like at least one Sunday a month. So now
It's
when we
true.
go to LA or we go to SoCal, and if happens to fall there, we always go to his grandma's house. And I was telling Eric, I'm like, that's a really cool
Thing to host to
thing
hold.
to host
Yeah.
and do. I'm like, I want to, you know, one of my goals for the future is like, once I have my own home, or even doing it at my parents' house, it's like have that one dedicated Sunday to
Mm-hmm.
spend together. Like telling like my brother and the little ones and his wife
Yeah.
to, okay, let's meet here and like spend that time, like
Together.
make a carne asada or get food, but just have that time like already even planned out,
Designated. Yeah.
designated. It doesn't have to be the whole day, but it could be a couple hours and
Yeah.
stuff. So there has been times we do that, like even for Mother's Day. Mother's Day weekend this year was really crazy. So then for Mother's Day, I asked the two moms that are in my life right now, which is my sister-in-law and my mom, like the closest ones from the
Mm-hmm.
family. I asked them, what do you guys want to do? And they wanted it something chill because there was a bunch of things happening, like
Yeah.
baptisms and this and that and that and this.
Oh, yeah.
So then, because the baptism was the
The
day
day
before
before.
Mother's Day. And so then, yeah, my sister in law, she said, I would love a good In and Out. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, can we do something chill at your mom's house? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. So then I told my mom, and then mom was like, yes, that sounds great. So what we did, me and my husband, oh, and that day we had to take my other brother to the airport. We ended up going to a random church in San Francisco. It was
And then.
really beautiful.
Ooh.
I never posted anything about it, but it was really cute. And it was Mother's Day, so then the priest was talking about moms and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and I'm over here crying. But anyways, because it was so sweet how he was talking about it and all this stuff. Um and then, yeah, all they wanted, my mom and my sister-in-law, because she's a mom too, they
Mm-hmm.
just wanted In and Out. So me and my husband, we went, got all the In and Outs,
And then just ate
and
there.
we chilled and ate and uh, repartimos presents, and
Yeah.
they opened them, and the little babies were there, and we were just chilling, having fun.
That's awesome. That's very similar to what we did for Mother's Day. We had pizza at the house because they were also like, we just want something chill because May was crazy and with the whole
Yeah,
accidents and stuff. So we
yeah.
just, after Mass, we were like, I was like, what do you guys want? And then, so I treated them to some pizza spot that I really like. And my mom likes pizza, but she doesn't like the red sauce. So I bought two massive pizzas like for everyone else, and then I just bought her her little Hawaiian pizza, her
Aw.
basically cheese pizza. Well, yeah, with the other stuff, but it was good, and we really enjoyed it. Yeah. So, yeah, let this be your episode that reminds you to take that time and reflect on your family and on what you want those relationships to be. And if you're not at a point where if you're not content on where you are, then what are you going to do to get it there, you know? So, yes, I think I think that's a good way to stop, you know? I
Yeah.
cuz it's like it's important and it's so easy to get carried away with friends. But it's just finding that balance cuz obviously then it makes it harder cuz it's like if you're married and then if you want to spend time with your friends, but then you also want to do things with just your husband or your wife. So, definitely find those moments and don't forget to about your family because tomorrow is never granted. For all we know, our
Mm-hmm.
parents outlive us, but we're the ones who die. I think that's the one thing that
Yeah.
it's true. It's like we always think that we're gonna live until a certain age, and it's like that's never a guarantee. For all we know, we die in a car crash, we get
Mm-hmm.
an illness or something, and then we lived out. life, playing it safe.
Yeah. So don't take, and plan that time with them. I
Mm-hmm.
think we live in a society that sometimes we could get really lazy to
Yes.
do those things, even
Mm-hmm.
to plan it out and to go forth with X, Y, and Z. And it's like, yes, I get it. I think we all get it. We're all busy.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, it's like, okay, let me open up my calendar
And let me do it.
and let me plan it
Yes.
with
That's
intention.
with intention. Yes. Because you also don't want to be half-assing it.
Yeah, no. And like I said, it doesn't have to be so long that you spend with each people in your life. Spending time with others is such a great gift, and you're building that community. But don't forget your parents in the midst of it, like your
Mm-hmm.
family members.
Yeah. Well, with that, let us know what your resolution is. And
Yeah.
if you do end up going anywhere fun or planning something out, let us know in the comments so that we can read about it. So, with
Yes.
that, I think I am almost at a good point, little stopping point here with my drawing. I basically almost finished it. Carmen's, I love the green that you used. I think I like this coloring better than the one that I did over last time. Saint Rita. It looks so bright.
Okay,
Let me
this
see
is
the
my.
skin.
I don't know if you can see it. I still need
It
to finish
looks
it,
a little
but
illuminating, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is not where I thought that this episode would go, but I mean, maybe it's just that. It's like, with Mother Days having passed and then Father's Day around the corner too,
yeah,
it's like you definitely want to be mindful and give some extra love to your dads, because sometimes dads, it could be hard to be emotional with them, but
yeah,
like to give them a hug or things like that. But if your dad is still around, give them an extra tight hug for those who don't have one in their lives at the moment.
mm-hmm.
And just know that we sympathize with you guys who have lost one. Like, even just hearing Carmen's story about the girl who was losing her mom, I was getting like teary
Yeah,
eyed,
me too.
because it's like it's hard.
Yeah,
So you definitely don't want to live those moments with regret.
yeah.
So thank you guys for watching, and we will wrap up with the saint of the day.
Today's saint of the day is Saint Barnabas. He was an apostle and he was an early Christian leader in Jerusalem and a dedicated missionary companion to St. Paul. He was known for his generosity, and he even sold his property to support the early church and is often called the son of encouragement. He's also the patron saint for encouragement, peacemakers in Cyprus, which was his homeland, and he is also invoked against hailstorms and arguments. And his feast day is June 11th. Wow, that's cool. Hailstorms and arguments.
Well,
Um
I'm gonna use that next time I get in an argument.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Wow. Well, Saint Barnabas, pray for us. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you are not yet subscribed. We hope that you guys are enjoying these episodes. And if you don't follow us on Instagram, you can find us at Enkindled Voices. We post every Thursday at a random time. So if you're new here, we hope that you continue to join us on this journey. And we hope that this episode was a calm, soothing one for you. And well, maybe we'll do a preview thing and to tell the people to have their coloring things ready for this episode.
Yes. Yeah, we'll definitely post it on Instagram, so make sure you
Yes,
follow
so
us there
make sure
too.
you follow us there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.
Bye.